really bad luck looking up and down the road where it's simply not finding it. I'm getting really frustrated. I'm starting to wonder if I can't even find a beach where she was killed. I'm lucky I would have finding where she was buried. I'm starting to feel pretty hopeless that we'll never find the girl herself. I found this beach. It's just off of highway number 3. We turned right. This is it. This is where the girl in 1972 was sitting at the beach posing, looking just absolutely gorgeous until she found out she was in a lot of trouble. Some things, of course, are not familiar in this area, and some things are. And I just don't know what I'm finding here. Everything's changed so much in 30 years. The other thing I like about this area, just off of Highway 3, is there's a slight incline there to the road. And I remember my dad, after he killed her, he climbed up that, or high area like that, in order to come back to the car. See, it may very well be it. And she would have been killed in a little alcove like that. Actually, it's possible. One thing that concerned me too is there didn't seem to be enough room to park the car. But of course, right here, we easily parked a car before that was built up. And if this wasn't here in 1972, there wasn't this much beach there, I don't think, then either. Okay, there's the beach area. My dad climbed up here. It's now looking pretty damn disgusting. Well, yeah, before this fence and this was built up, there would be enough room to park the car right here. We would have been parked here then, somewhere. And I would be waiting here. Then she would have been killed just down here on the beach. All over the Lake Simcoe Beach, and I believe this is the most likely spot here. This is just off of Highway 3. Somebody was telling us in 1972 there was a boathouse out there. We've got the coordinates down and we're going to check it out. And now I do seem to remember a boathouse. Over here, the car would have just parked here off the road, so the road is a lot bigger than it would have been in 1972. The car would have parked just here, and I can see if this wasn't here, you could easily put a car down here. And I do remember my dad coming up over an embankment, which there is one here. So the car here, and he would have come up the embankment here after killing the girl. He looked absolutely disgusting at that time. So go down to the embankment, to the beach. This definitely seems to be from where the car would have been parked. And the size of the beach is very consistent to what I remember. Although now 30 years later, everything's changed so much, it's really hard to, makes it so much harder to tell. But so many things that is consistent. The embankment where the car probably would have been parked, and the length of the beach area is very consistent. We'll just go down to the beach and she would have been killed. The area is all overgrown. It was a lot more rocks, and the water level was not as high as it is now. The water level seemed to be a little bit lower. And she was just sitting like this, posing and looking very, very pretty. Told to wait by the car, and I did. When I came back down though, she was definitely in distress, and definitely I was demanded to go back to the car again, and she was begging me with her eyes while sitting there. She was obviously in great distress, with her eyes asking me not to leave. I did do what I was told, and I went back to the car. And I would have gone up here to the car. My dad, after killing her, came up the embankment, kind of crawled up, and his shirt was all undone and he was sweating and he looked absolutely terrible and he had the most evil grin on his face. He was smiling. I was waiting behind the car over here. Somehow though in 1972 from the car I could not see what was happening on the beach. Why couldn't have the car was here, why couldn't have I seen what was happening in the beach? What was that tree there in 1972? For some reason I could not see onto the beach. I had to walk down and go there. I don't know, I'll have to check out. I'm taking a picture again. In front of the rock is where the car would have been parked. The rock I would definitely say was not there. I don't know why I could not see onto the beach. But I could not see the beach. Okay, those trees were there. Definitely. There's that big tree there. Okay, yeah, if the car was here, look at all the trees. Yeah, and there are more weeds here. Okay, she was killed just right there. Of course, I was waiting here, around where the car would have been. Out there, probably was a boathouse. Yeah, somewhere over here.
Where the stones are.
Yeah. Well, that would explain why I could not see down at the beach, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. Because I couldn't. No. Back again, September 2008, and a tripod would have been set up somewhere here, and she was sitting just down there to have her picture taken. I think that I found the area where she was killed. I'm pretty positive that this is it. It certainly got a lot of features and everything that I'd be looking for, and the fact that I could not see down here at the time. I think I'll find when I get the pictures from 1972 that it is totally consistent in the area that she was killed. I'm feeling a little upset being here. I feel like I'm about ready to cry. It's been a long road, but I'm pretty sure this was it. It's all changed in 30 years. It's been a long, long road. I wanted to find this girl. I wanted to find where she was killed. I think I've done that. I really want to find where she's buried. I'm starting to feel hopeless that I will not find the area. And I really would like to find where she's buried and bring her home. It was absolute hell for me. I almost died shortly after she did, and I of course lived. I tried to tell people what happened to the girl this day on this beach, and I wasn't believed, and they really ruined my life. The police in Napanee and Kingston, York region has been definitely better. Although I'd like them to do more to help me find her body. I took it upon myself to find evidence on this girl that was killed here. It really bothered me. At the time, I never would have thought my dad killed her. Of course, in hindsight, you wonder why I was so silly, why I was told to turn around and don't look when he put her in the car. She was wrapped up in a blanket. Of course, I couldn't see her body, but he told me to turn around and not look as he placed her in the car, and of course we left without her. All I could think of at the time is we couldn't leave her at the beach because she'd have to walk home, and it wasn't fair or good for her mother. I never thought at that day, that time, that she was dead. Of course, a couple of months after that, it was my turn. I was supposed to die. As I said, nobody believed me. The Napanee police just put me through the ringer. They discredited me, degraded me, and that was the extent of their investigation. I tried to take it on myself to find evidence of this girl who died here. And instead I found the evidence that my dad killed Yvonne LaRoe a couple of months after he killed her and after he tried to kill me. I'm glad at least we have him on one. Glad that at least I helped tie him to one murder, the murder of Yvonne. And maybe I'll keep this as a really special place of something that changed a lot of our lives forever in a lot of negative ways. I'm glad I found it, and I'm going to keep on trying to find her body. A boathouse was here, and this was the spot right here, with some very significant changes over the last 30 years. But I have to say right now, until I find out differently, that this is the area where she was killed. A little bit shaken right now. And now we're going to get in the car and we're going to try to see where he might have left to, because I really want to find her body and again know her name. Okay. We're just leaving the area where she was killed, and we're going to try to retrace his escape route, the route that he used to leave the area. He got in a car and he headed right. He was going this way very, very quickly. We'll just follow the road, don't turn. No wonder I didn't notice or remember little town. There's not much to it. I just remember this stuff.
Well, he would have skirted away from any towns going this way.
He had a body in a car, he would have wanted to do that.
Yeah, keep away from the truck, keep away from the towns where he had to go slow.
This is York Region Road number 18, and I believe it's off of Highway 18 that he would have buried her body. Okay. I think this is the way he would have gone. This is Highway 18. He could be buried anywhere off of Highway 18, just off on the side here. Where, if you look, obviously they had their forestry industry, they had their pine trees all along here. I definitely remember going down the road this way, and it was off to the left, the woods that she was buried in. I don't know whether we turned off on a road to the left, to bury her from there, or off of this road, I don't know.